guys, Angus here bringing another Airsoft review today. As you can see, not alone on the camera yet again. Got my squad sniper here, Mike. This is his pistol we're going to be taking a look at reviewing. If you watched the other review set before this one, as you know, he carries 3 weapons with him, the P90, the M9, and the M700. So this is the review of the TSD M9X gas blowback Airsoft pistol. This, I'm not exactly sure where you can purchase it. I believe Airsoft Station stocks a variety of Airsoft M9s. We're going to go ahead and check them out. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and review the TSD M9X, and let's go ahead and get into this review. Come in this nice box, TSD, as you can see. I'm pretty sure this is an HFC rebranded M9, rebranded by TSD. TSD is a rebranding company, but they don't charge you a ridiculous amount of money for the gun like some other rebranding companies just because they slap their name on the box. They give you basically the same price with a bunch of added accessories as you'll see inside this box here. So let's go ahead and open it up, take a look at the gun's packaging. Now when you open up the box, this is what you should see inside there. You're going to get some nice white styrofoam, not as nice as the black styrofoam because you might have some residue left on the gun, but you know, nothing you can't rub off. Now this isn't everything it'll come with. Probably come with a manual, of course, a little pack of BBs, all that different stuff. Unfortunately, he got this in a trade, so we don't have that stuff. But inside the box you do have the M9X, of course. An old-fashioned style speed loader. Put this over your magazine, insert BBs down here, and simply insert the jamming rod and push the BBs into the magazine. I honestly like loading gas pistols up with this old-fashioned style speed loader rather than the normal, more modern speed loader. And included with the M9X, this is one of the nice features of TSD, including stuff, is this nice threaded suppressor. You can go ahead and put this on the M9. For all I know, I'm pretty sure it only fits this M9. Other pistols we tried to fit it on, it doesn't fit. The SIG P26 doesn't fit. Bunch of stuff, so I'm pretty sure this is basically proprietary to M9s, or I'm sure there's other pistols out there you can fit this on. So let's go ahead, hold up this pistol. Is the TSD M9X with the mock suppressor on the gun. And as usual, start off the review by going over the external quality of this gun. Now, external construction-wise, this is basically an entirely plastic pistol. It has the plastic slide, the plastic frame on it, so it's a very lightweight pistol. It's still got some weight to it because I imagine the magazine does cause quite a bit of weight because, of course, the magazine is constructed of metal. But other than this small piece right here, your RAS rail, the gun's constructed of plastic. Slide is plastic, and the lower frame is plastic. Your grip has some nice texture on here. It's a rubberized grip. It feels pretty nice in your hands. Trigger is constructed of metal, and the trigger guard is constructed of plastic. So RAS rail and trigger are constructed of metal, as well as the magazine, as well as the hammer. So it's external quality. This is the plastic version. There are metal versions available, but frankly, I kind of like the plastic versions of pistols a little bit better because they don't scratch as easy, and frankly, I think they feel a little bit nicer in your hands. The suppressor is constructed of plastic. Now, internal quality, we're going to go ahead and disassemble this pistol so you can check out the internals on the gun. And as you can see, pistol is now disassembled. Here are your internals. Now, internals, of course, you're getting metal pieces. Everything that has to be metal is metal. Of course, you do have some plastic pieces in there as well. But internally, of course, I believe this is an HFC, so you do get quite a bit of metal in here, and the quality isn't all that bad on the internals. So this pistol, externally and internally, it's a decent pistol. The plastic frame might not appeal to some, but again, you can find this of a metal construction as well, and internally, all your pieces that need to be metal are metal. So internally, you're going to have a basically very well functioning weapon. Let's go ahead and reassemble this and get into some of the features of the TSD M9X. Alright, now of course one of the main features on the TSD M9X would of course be its magazine, which is of course located in the grip as with basically all pistols. In order to eject the magazine, you want to push in the magazine ejection button, which is located just beside the trigger guard on the left side of the gun. When you push it, as you can see, the magazine will drop right out, so be prepared to catch it, or if you're one of those mil-sim tactical reloaders, be prepared to place another magazine in within 5 seconds. Magazine is of course constructed of metal, considering it has to house the green gas and propane. I recommend using propane. It's a lot cheaper and it's a lot more effective. Magazine is filled from the bottom. As you can see, you got your gold gas fill there. Insert the nozzle, fill up the magazine. About how many mags did you get out of one fill, would you say?
About 1.5.
Alright, so you do get 1.5 magazines out of each fill. So, you know, survive around with this. If you wanted to reload it with BBs in the game, which I never saw very practical, but either way, you got your gas release on the back of the magazine here. Push it in to release the gas, and up front you do load your BBs in. Like I said, that old-fashioned style speed loader, in my opinion, is a lot easier to insert your BBs. Simply slip it over like so, pour the BBs down the silver rod, and insert them in using the black jamming rod. Now, in order to fill it with BBs, you have to hold the spring down. This one's honestly not that tough to hold down. If you have fingernails, you can hold it down pretty easy. There's nothing to hook it. Capacity-wise, it holds 18 rounds in a double-stack magazine. As you can see, spring doesn't go down all that far, and once your magazine is filled up, cover up the lip of your magazine so no BBs fly out, and gently release the spring, not hard like I just did. So, the magazine, have you had any leaking issues with it, any feeding problems?
No, nothing's wrong with that.
It's just your typical M9 magazine too, so compatibility is pretty obvious. You can use KJW, WE mags in this thing, and, you know, typical M9 magazine are about $25 if you wanted to buy spares. I believe the other ones are 25 rounds though, so you can go ahead and buy more magazines. Also an extended mag, which actually Mike has for this gun if you wanted to go ahead and make it look even cooler. In order to insert the magazine, push it in like so, hear that click, magazine is in and ready to feed. Alright, now of course in order to have the pistol fire, you do need to have the gun cocked, which means your hammer has to be back. Now, you can't just cock the hammer like so. If you do that, a BB doesn't cycle, and the first time you pull the trigger, the slide will come back, but you'll just dry fire because no BB has cycled. Because being a gas blowback gun that uses that system, every time the slide comes back, a new BB is cycled into the chamber to be fired. So you do have to cock the pistol back like so. Pull the slide back. As you can see, if there are no BBs in the gun, the slide will lock. Nice realistic feature there. When you run into BBs, your slide will lock back, let you know you're out of ammo. And as I mentioned, it's also realistic. In order to release the slide, simply push down the slide release located on the left side of the gun. As you'll see, the slide will launch forward like so. It won't be as loud of a clack due to the fact that the suppressor is on. If you wanted a louder clack, you'd have to take the suppressor off. And at this point, as you can see, your hammer's back. A BB's been entered into the chamber, and you can pull the trigger, and a round will be discharged. Alright, now onto the gun's safety, which is of course located in basically the same position as all M9s. It's located just in front of the hammer. It's this small piece right here above the red dot. Now, when that red dot is exposed, your gun is on fire. As you can see, your trigger could be pulled, your hammer would come back, and of course you would just discharge a round when you pull the trigger. If you wanted the gun to be on safety, you'd have to flip this downward so it covers the red dot. As you can see, it is ambidextrous on both sides, so you can push it down with either thumb, and at that point the trigger cannot be pulled. But with this model at least, we're not sure if it's with all other pistols of this type. The safety doesn't work on this gun, so if the safety was down, you'd still be pulling the trigger. So that's a con. Hopefully it's just on this pistol, not with a bunch of the other ones they released. So safety doesn't work on this gun, but when your red dot is covered, the safety should activate and you won't be able to pull the trigger. Red is dead. You can fire when the red dot is exposed. Now, located just in front of the trigger guard is a rather nice feature of this M9. It does come with a tactical rail. Go ahead and mount a laser flashlight, bipod, grenade launcher, whatever you want to do on there. I like the rails on pistols because simply that's a nice customization option. If you're a tactical player, you want to mount a nice tactical flashlight, tactical laser on there, you can go ahead and do that. Rails are always nice because they give you a customization option. Alright, now onto the gun's iron sights. As you can see, they're standard pistol iron sights. In the rear, you got your, as I like to call it, the pyramid sight with the two blocks with a slit in the middle, which this would line up with your front sight post, which is very nice. They took the time to paint a nice little white dot on there. It looks very, very nice on the pistol, especially when you're looking at it from this camera angle. Rear sight is not painted. These sights are decent. Of course, they're accurate to the gun. You really couldn't put a scope up here. I don't know why you put a scope up here. Iron sights are decent to the gun, and they work rather well. You know, if you adjust your hop up well, these should be pretty accurate, and you should be able to hit your target when aiming down them.
The cool thing about the TSD M9X is that it comes with a barrel extension, which really almost never happens. The reason why this is, it's another amazing feature. The orange tip comes threaded already for the silencer, and the reason why it's such an amazing feature is it comes with an inner barrel extension inside the suppressor. So when you put it on, the longer barrel, which for a gas gun, the longer the barrel, the more FPS, increases the FPS by about 50. So when you have this, you should be shooting around 400 feet per second with the barrel extension, about 350 without it.
Alright, so as you can see, being a pistol, we already covered all the features on the gun, so let's go ahead and get into the final conclusion of this review. Now, the TSD M9X, this is a very nice pistol, whether you're a beginner or you're someone who's advanced, this one's an M9. Most gas blowback pistols you really can't go wrong with. You do have the higher ends like the KWA, the Tokyo Marui, all those, but the KJW, the HFC, the ones TSD sells, those are all very decent pistols. They're based off the Tokyo Marui system, so they have a decent gas system in them, and they honestly work for quite long periods of time. This version happens to be the plastic frame, plastic slide version. Of course, you can go ahead and purchase metal versions of this gun. There are plenty different metal M9s available on the Airsoft market. This one being the plastic construction. After holding a plastic gas blowback pistol, I honestly have to say I kind of like the plastic ones better than I like all my metal ones I have sitting in my other room. Now, slide on the gun, It's plastic. It does, of course, have the working slide lock. When you're out of BBs or you don't have any BBs inside the magazine, the slide will lock back like so. In order to release it, push the slide lock down on the left side of the gun, and it will release. Being a plastic slide, doesn't give you all that great of a satisfying clack, but it's still a nice little sound when it moves forward. A lot quieter than the loud snap of the metal pistol. Safety on the gun: when the red dot is exposed, the gun is on fire. Flip this down, it's ambidextrous, so the gun is on safety. Trigger cannot be pulled. On this particular M9, the safety does not work. Not sure if that's a flaw with all the pistols, but on this one it doesn't work. Magazine-wise, you get an 18-round double-stack magazine. It's an M9 mag. The gun's compatible with, all the other M9 magazines, basically then. The WE extended magazines work. The 55-round magazines work fine in it. That's what Mike is normally using out of it, and it does look like a very intimidating pistol, especially with the included suppressor on the gun and the extended mag inside of it. Got the rail on here for customization options. Really nice. You can put a nice tactical laser or tactical flashlight on there. Disassembles into 3 quick, easy, and 9 steps. Push in the button, flip the lever down, slide will slide right off. And it's honestly a very, very nice pistol, especially since it includes that suppressor. TSD always gives you nice value with the weapons, really good price, same thing as you're getting for the Niner branded version, but they also include nice little pieces, in this case, the included suppressor. So with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up this review of the TSD M9X. This has been Death Career Airsoft review of this pistol, and thank you very much for watching.